That's right. The title is not clickbait. The Seattle Mariners are cutting me off from being media credentialed. I will no longer be able to interview players on the sidelines pregame up in Seattle like you've seen me doing in the past couple years. And I will get into exactly why that is. Ultimately, some doors have to close in order for other doors to open. And before I get into what is currently going on, I have to give a background on how I got to this point. I live 2.5 hours south of Seattle. I went to Washington State University, did a double major in finance and marketing in 2016. Immediately after college, I got into mortgage lending, and I've now been a mortgage lender for the past 8 years. About 3.5 years ago, December 2021, was when I first uploaded my first Mariners YouTube video talking about the Mariners and a specific trade that happened. In the past 3.5 years, I've essentially been covering the Mariners free of charge. After that first year, I ended up DMing the right person on Twitter. They eventually connected me to the right people, and I was able to get media credentialed through Major League Baseball, in part due to the Seattle Mariners. So incredibly grateful to the Mariners and their organization for the access that they allowed me to have over these past couple of years in being on the field, getting to meet the guys, getting to interview the guys, and really appreciate all of the athletes that have taken any time to come talk with me on the sidelines. From my very first YouTube video on the Couch GM to now growing this brand to what it's become today, it's all been out of passion. It's been a side hobby and a passion that I've been pursuing outside of work. And ultimately, every trip to Seattle, everything that I've done has been an investment in growing my brand, and it's been on my own dime. As the brand and the channel continued to grow, I decided to start putting mortgage ads in my sports videos to market to my ideal clientele. My ideal client is a sports fan or athlete. It's just a different experience helping out a passionate fan that I can talk with about the Mariners or about the Cougars for 20 minutes while also helping them with their home financing. And the more that I've consistently put mortgage ads in my sports videos, the more that people have been reaching out and been getting financing through myself. And in the recent months, I've connected with various realtors throughout the Seattle area that have actually helped current players either rent or buy various properties. And ultimately, it is my goal to help athletes with their financing on their next purchase. And with myself being licensed in Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho, and Arizona currently, I'm looking to add more states as well. I can help players purchase a home, not just in Seattle or around the area, but wherever they grew up back home. A lot of guys came from California. At the same time, it feels like things have been a bit more restricted. I haven't been able to get quite as much access to the players as I'd like to. For example, having guys on video calls instead of having to be in Seattle on the field to get an interview. I want to do an in-depth interview that's outside of their own time, to have 45 minutes to an hour with the player to get in depth on who they are as a person and help show the fan base essentially who they are. And essentially, in order for me to meet my goal of being the go-to lender for all sports fans and athletes, I was upfront and honest with my media contact that my intentions long-term were to help the players with their mortgage financing needs. And ultimately, the Mariners decided to not credential me moving forward because there is the risk that if I'm on the sidelines, I could be pitching my mortgage business to a player, although that was never my intention. I've always kept things professional on the sidelines, and I've always kept the mortgage thing out of it. I've always asked baseball-related questions, but in the future, I do want to connect more so with the players to talk about their mortgage financing, about buying a home, and about a lot of other topics. And so ultimately, while on the surface level, this might look like a negative thing, it is not negative whatsoever. It's really just going to allow me to take my business, my brand, to the next level. Ultimately, I can create all of the content that I've made up to this point right here in my home office. I don't have to be on the sidelines in order to make content. And now for player interviews, I don't essentially have to ask for permission. I could just reach out directly to the player and have them on. So I will still be covering the Mariners just as much. My passion for baseball and the Mariners does not go away because of this move. I'll still continue to make quality WSU content as well, but now this will allow me to also make some unique content, hopefully with the players in the future. And whether you've been a subscriber from the very first upload or if you subscribed last week, I appreciate all of your support. Again, to the Seattle Mariners, I appreciate all of the opportunities that you have allowed me, and this just makes me that much more excited for where this is going to go. This was not an easy decision whatsoever for me to tell my intentions to the Mariners about what I'm looking to do, but it was the right thing to do. And again, I know that this will help in the long term. So I guess if you're out there and you're debating on a tough personal decision, don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to do something that people might not understand at the moment, but do what is right for yourself and what you know will help yourself long term. Don't be afraid to walk away from something good to chase something great. Build your own lane and don't ever let an outside opinion write your story for you. And so again, if you are a sports fan, an athlete, a coach, and you or someone you know is thinking of buying, selling, or refinancing, make sure to reach out to myself, Connor Webb, the Couch GM, as I'm a mortgage broker full-time, licensed in Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho, and Arizona, and I'd be happy to connect and help. I'll have a link in the description of this video to make it easy to reach out. Thank you all again for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.